So what is up everyone, my name is LittleMarMan, welcome back, thank you for tuning in to yet another one of my videos. And as you guys know, on this channel we go totally in depth on the Call of Duty Zombies storyline. And today we have a question from Robert Worrell, and he says, can you explain how buried was created? Now, created isn't sort of the word that I'd use, but as you guys know, buried shouldn't be in the time zone that we are actually playing. Obviously we're playing in the year 2050, so why wouldn't there be a modern town or something like that? How would this sort of like over the space of like 200 years like sort of come underground? Like, it didn't exactly fall, it didn't exactly sort of the dirt, as you guys know, over time the dirt actually builds up, and that's sort of why we have sort of fossils and all in the ground, but that's over millions of years. But like, it's definitely not going to go like grow to the height of the rift over the space of about 200 years to put this town underground, and it definitely didn't fall into place perfectly as it is. I know it's sort of lopsided and all, but it definitely did not fall. So how is it actually here? Why, like, how did it actually get here? How is it underground, etc, etc. Basically, element 115, element 115, as you guys know, big part in the zombie storyline, and one of its sort of side effects, one of its abilities, it actually has the ability to displace objects through space and time. Now, this ability can have its pros and it can have its cons. Of course, the pros would be time travel if it was used in a good manner, and of course a pro that we see in every zombie map is of course the Perk-a-Colas. The Perk-a-Colas actually came back in time. They're from the future. That's why they're so cheap, if you want to sort of assume that money isn't really an issue, and sort of or they just sort of simplified money to sort of make it the price of 5 cents or whatever, or they're made from sort of, they're invented in the future by somebody like connected to Group 935, and then they're sent back, and they're sort of made so cheap to sort of operate it. I don't know, but basically all we know is they are from the future. I've actually done a theory video on that already, but that would be one of the pros, and the cons would be sort of the giant robots in Origins being sent back and sort of fucking shit up really. But they're sort of, they have pros as well because they were used sort of by the Nazis in sort of that alternate universe. But anyway, we have element 115 displacing objects through space and time, and it actually does have the ability to displace a whole town, and it displaced the underground, and of course back in time that would have been sort of maybe near enough to it, but it wouldn't sort of drop the height it would. Like, obviously over the space of like 200-300 years the dirt didn't build up to the height of the rift. Like, the rocks didn't just fall and then crush it underground. This was actually displaced. Like, just think of this as a big ass cave, and this sort of town is just displaced right there, and sort of back in time. It wasn't sort of there and then sort of displaced forward in time. Don't think about it like that. It was obviously displaced forward in time and sort of displaced underground by element 115, because element 115, as you guys know, has the ability to displace objects through space and time. Now, that is sort of the explanation that I use for a lot of things. So if you're ever struggling with something that shouldn't be there and you think it belongs in a different time zone, always come back to element 15. It's a good way of explaining it, and it's a good way to back yourself up all the time. So that is pretty much it really. I hope I explained it pretty well. Obviously this town is obviously from the past and brought to the future by element 15, and obviously displaced underground because it can displace it anywhere. It could displace it up in the air, and then it could fall from the sky if it wanted to. But basically that is pretty much it. It has been displaced underground and forward in time. I hope you all enjoyed, and if you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section below. I want to try and get a lot of videos out before Black Ops 3, probably hit 200 videos, and hopefully through 2,000 subscribers. And yeah, that's the sort of the aims within the next 6 days. So I hope you all enjoy. I hope you all liked it. Do smash that like button if you learned something, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll talk to you all later. Once again, hope you all have an amazing day. Peace out. Thanks for watching.